It's a real ID.
I don't understand what you're saying.
At a bar in Missouri, this man is refusing to accept an ID he believes is fake.
Let me call my boys that have been to Afghanistan.
We've been to Iraq and Afghanistan.
You don't even look old enough to know about 9/11.
You're so right. Because I wasn't there.
Get the out of my mouth.
He needs his ID.
Yeah, you are. This one's fake.
What are you doing, man?
That's fake. Get the out of here.
The customers he is arguing with are all service members. And the ID he just crumpled up and tossed away was issued to one of them by the military.
Out of here. No, you can't. It's a fake ID.
That's government property.
It's not in the trash. Well, if it's government property, we call them in here, and we'll find out if it's government property.
An employee calls the police, while the man behind the bar explains why he believes the ID is not valid.
You're telling me you can scrape the front off a military ID? Just move it. Okay, cool. Cool. That'd be fine. That'd be fine. Make sure you tell them to send someone up here that has a military ID.
Despite the man's continued aggression toward the customers,
All right, do a lot. Yeah, you can do a lot more push-ups than me. That's great. That's awesome.
and apparent mocking of why they are in the area,
What are you guys doing here? Some secret bull? I'm protecting the dam from being bombed?
they remain remarkably calm.
Like,
Where's the ID at?
it's in the trash. It's gone. It's fake.
Okay, hey.
When the police come in and say they need the ID, I'll give it to them.
As the back and forth continues,
A good chunk of come in here with fake IDs, man.
the man behind the bar sticks to his original point.
You're telling me that on a government ID, they have a filament on the front you can pull off.
Until an officer arrives a few minutes later to help clear things up.
How's it going, sir? Let's go.
Buddy, hey, where's this ID at?
It's in the trash.
Right there.
After handing the crumpled ID to the officer, the man gets down to business.
Have you been in the military, sir?
Yes.
Can you tell me if you can peel off the front of a military ID?
Yeah, actually, I remember mine being laminated, so.
The officer-approved ID is given back to the customers, and they leave the establishment vindicated, but still unserved.
Appreciate it, man.
Thanks a lot.
According to news reports, the bar later posts an apology on social media, claiming that they are reaching out to the individuals involved to make amends, and clarifying that while the man who was behind the bar is remorseful over the interaction, according to them, despite being a local musician with ties to the establishment,
He needs his ID.
he never actually worked there.
What are you doing, man?
That's fake. Get the out of here.
Camera recording.
Good.
Tensions and entitlement are rising at a convenience store in Sterling, Virginia, as a man begins recording a customer who he claims has been complaining about the checkout line moving too slowly. The woman to her right has stepped aside to let her go first.
Are you in line?
No, she was way ahead of you.
Okay, well, she should be in line and go her turn.
She was before you.
Okay, she should go.
I think she's being polite.
At this point, everyone seems a little perturbed, and as the impatient customer attempts to purchase some alcohol, it only gets worse.
Ma'am, I need your ID.
Yeah, we'll put my phone number.
I need your ID.
I can put my phone number.
Everybody gets ID'd. Mine gets
phone
scanned
number?
every time I'm here.
ID is required to buy alcohol at this store, regardless of one's age.
There's nothing in here for you to ring out.
I have American Express as platinum. I bet that's it.
You have no product in there because you've given me no ID.
But the woman remains unconvinced.
Do you want to give me an ID?
You know what? Give me a manager.
I am the
She is the manager.
I don't believe it.
I'm here every day. I have to show my ID every day. Just show
Who
it.
the hell are you?
I'm not Karen.
here's the deal, or I will call the police, okay? You need
I
to leave.
clicked
This
my-
is gonna do you no good.
That's a very valid card.
Ma'am,
Put it in your-
there's no
put it in your
product
purse
in here
then.
because you won't give me your ID.
Finally, she relents.
Okay, I'll give you my ID. Right here. Here you go.
That's all we had to do.
Here you go.
All we had to do.
But the testy back and forths continue.
Now you can put your platinum in here.
Yes, platinum. Thank you.
Cool.
It's a platinum.
We're all impressed.
Sweet.
with
You
moving
don't
along.
know anything
They're
about
out
You
there
look very
anyway.
rich. You do.
Yes, I'm rich.
Mm-hmm. You
I
look
am.
it.
I am rich.
I like your sweatpants.
Yeah,
done.
thank you.
Your nappy hair.
She finishes up her much longer than necessary transaction with one final caustic sign-off.
Have a
I
good
don't
day.
even tell you bye.
Proof positive that even a platinum card's worth of entitlement buys not even a moment of patience.
I forget what I even
That's
came in
a-
for.
I ain't got it, bro. Why you talking to me? You took that man, bro.
A backyard security camera records as a young man with a skateboard appears to flee
Bro,
from a delivery driver in hot pursuit.
you took that man, bro. Yes, you did, bro. Whoever took that man, give it to him, bro.
According to news reports, the driver claims he saw the young man and someone else take a package, and now he has him cornered.
Don't tell that man that. Don't tell that man that, because that's my job, bro. I know, bro. Don't tell that man that, bro.
But the young man places the blame squarely on the someone else.
It was the girl. Don't tell that man that, bro. Oh, God in heaven. I don't have nothing on me. Bro, you owe that man. Oh, God.
And when the customer arrives moments later, the pressure intensifies.
Get your ass over here, bro. Don't make me pull your ass over, bro. Come on. I don't got nothing. I don't give a bro. I see you and the other dude. Get your ass over here, bro. He gonna call the police, bro, God. I don't give a bro. You was with her, bro. There's nothing on me. Where's she at? She lives over there. Hey, that's the apartment number. No, go, bro. You got to, bro. He called the police, bro, on my phone.
Though the young man refuses to go with them,
She clearly got to keep my ass.
the customer and delivery worker are reportedly able to use the information he gives them to recover the package.
I'm sorry, bro.
So here's to this delivery worker and all employees who go above and beyond
You took that man, bro.
to ensure their customers are taken care of.
Cause that's my job, bro.
In a hardware store in Idaho, a customer shows interest in a rather large chainsaw. But she has no interest in paying for it. The not-so-subtle shoplifter is trying to conceal the chainsaw in her pants. She finally seems to realize it's a no-go. But there's more than one ridiculous way to try to steal a chainsaw, as she now attempts to stow the contraband in the back of her pants. Until suddenly, someone nearly catches her in the act. The woman may think she's gotten away with it, unaware that a security camera has been recording the entire attempted theft. In fact, it's already caught her stashing over $1,000 worth of goods in her jacket and handbag, more than enough evidence to have her later arrested by authorities. It turns out the woman has a lengthy rap sheet for felonies, including theft and drug possession, and is sentenced to 7 years in prison. While shoplifting is never a good idea, attempting to smuggle a chainsaw in a pair of skinny jeans? Now that's just asking for it. On this day, it's two arguing young women who have spilled out into the restaurant's parking lot, providing a surreal backdrop to a customer's drive-thru order.
Yeah, can I have 3 chicken soft tacos fresco style?
Did you want the starter chicken or original chicken?
I think original chicken.
Okay. Can I get anything else, like a drink?
Yeah, can I have a large Diet Coke?
Okay.
And can I have a chicken quesadilla?
Okay.
As the two brawlers tangle over goodness knows what,
That's it.
some local firefighters try to break it up.
Everything else green card for you?
Yeah.
No, I thank you. Please report a second window.
The women are eventually separated, though it takes a while. And even more firefighters.
Hey, break this up.
Dinner and a show for $10. Drive-thrus really do have it all.
I think original chicken.
At a thrift store in Johnson City, New York, customer Ashley Nolan finds herself in a tight situation. Her finger is stuck in a shopping cart.
It's like red. Turning colors. So I was looking at the books, and I didn't know my hand was even messing with the cart until I tried to pull my hand away, and my finger was in the holes.
The store's customer service department is unable to assist, so they call 911.
Great. How are you? I actually did not want 911. I figured we could do this one way or another, but they were insistent.
Wow. How'd you manage to do that?
I was so embarrassed when I saw all of these people showing up.
Oh, good. There's more.
Oh, there's fire trucks coming too.
After a quick assessment of the situation, an officer pulls out some heavy-duty scissors.
Got a penny with those, I would think so.
But getting her finger out is a lot harder than it was getting it in.
That's my other finger. Oh, okay.
Move your finger out of the way.
See. Okay, but I can't. Ow. That's squeezing it.
There you go.
Ow.
I know, it hurts.
Yeah.
And apparently, this is not the first time Ashley has been stuck like this.
See, at least with the metal carts, they can bend the metal.
I know, right?
They had to
There you go.
This has happened before.
This right here.
I do fidget quite often. As soon as I set my phone down, then I'm messing with the cart, and most of the time I don't even know I'm doing it. Normally when I get stuck in a cart, it's usually a metal cart. This was a plastic cart, so it was like a honeycomb kind of pattern. And the only thought in my mind was they're not gonna be able to get me out of this because how are they gonna fit scissors in between the plastic and my finger?
Ow.
There you go. Okay.
Then, after several minutes,
Oh, okay.
the finger is free. And though one would hope, after all of this, Ashley would have learned her lesson,
Ow.
even she has her doubts.
In this situation, I was embarrassed.
Ow.
I was relieved when I was let out,
Oh, okay.
but I also know that it's gonna happen again.
Oh my God, the sheriff is here. Did you call 911?
It's early morning at an Eastern European grocery store, and a man starts recording as some trouble brews in the checkout line. According to media reports, this customer has just been told by an employee who's off camera to the right that he cannot purchase beer until after 9 a.m. Now the disgruntled customer would like to continue the conversation outside with his sausage. The man smacks the employee in the face with a large piece of packaged meat. and things are about to go from bad
Вызывайте полицию, вызываю Быстров. Сажай ему.
to much worse. The employee's wild kick causes a brutal face plant and another beating. But it's not over yet. The aggressor walks away unscathed. The employee, on the other hand, isn't as lucky. But he does score 1 point. The customer's lunch is totally destroyed. No word on any charges. At a reptile center in Utah, this alligator, Darth Gator, is the star of the show at a child's birthday party. Trainer Lindsay Bull, who has worked with Darth for nearly 4 years, starts what she believes will be a routine feeding.
Darth knows what's up. He knows the routine, can smell the food, so he's generally in that food mode.
But today, that food mode is a little too aggressive.
Oh, we want me there. Okay, we got trouble in here. We want me there. Okay. Hey, we got trouble!
So once my hand grazed his mouth, he instantly thought it was his food and bit down on my hand, quickly readjusted and got a little further up onto my wrist. And then from there, he first thrashed his head. I saw him go belly up and kind of held my breath and rolled with him and hoped for the best.
The man who comes to Lindsay's aid, a parent at the party named Donnie, suddenly jumps in. Sitting on the gator's back to prevent another roll.
I did not know Donnie before that situation. I don't know how much he weighed the consequences, but he effectively said, here's a situation, I need to help. At that point, I was in a pretty substantial amount of pain. I had also hit my head pretty hard when we went for the roll. So my head was really ringing. So I just asked him, have a conversation with me, keep me kind of conscious here.
You all right? Okay. You all right? Okay.
I would say everything was pretty slow motion. I knew that eventually he would let go, and I just needed to stay conscious long enough for him to do that and then get out of the enclosure.
And Lindsay's instinct is spot on.
He opened it wide enough for me to easily slide my arm back out.
But now, it's Donnie who needs some help.
I looked into the enclosure and realized, well, we have to get Donnie safely off of the alligator. This is his first time doing this. He doesn't know what to do.
Amy!
Come here.
She's dead.
With Donnie now safe, Lindsay is taken to the hospital, where she is diagnosed with a ruptured tendon in her hand and eventually receives a surgery to repair the damage. Today, she has almost full mobility in her wrist, and perhaps surprisingly, is back working with gators. Even Darth Gator himself.
I can say I have no hard feelings towards Darth. I cannot say that Darth was not upset at me.
the Reptile Center releases a statement thanking Donnie for his heroism, saying that his help and others, combined with the training of Lindsay, probably saved her life and her limbs. In Charlotte, North Carolina, the man at this drive-thru window has a problem with his order.
I need my money back and I want it fast.
A big problem.
The double hamburger. Is there cheese in hamburger? There's no cheese in hamburger. When you have a cheeseburger, you have a cheeseburger. If you have hamburger, you have hamburger.
But the presence of cheese is not the only problem with his order.
There's not even bacon on this, and not onion on this, and not anything that I asked for. This is such incompetence. I cannot believe it. It happens every time I come here. I want my money back.
But the enraged customer's biggest beef?
I'm losing my because this happened the past 3 times I've come. Please be competent once in your life. Once. Take an order and fill it.
And to top it off, when he finally receives his refund,
I paid more than this. I want $10. You sons of bitches. Sons of bitches.
someone please give this poor man a hamburger?
The double hamburger.
That's hamburger. Hold the cheese.
There's no cheese in hamburger.
A customer in line at a Utah drive-thru records a dispute over an order between an employee and several men in the car ahead.
Come outside, man. Come outside. Yeah, what's up? What's good? What's good, bitch? What's up? Don't follow.
The group of men attempt to escalate the beef by goading the employee into the parking lot to hash it out.
Come outside, man. What's up? Step outside, bitch. Yeah. I'm waiting.
When the driver gets out of the car, he is holding a gun.
They got the gun. Stop. Hey, target. Hey, get back in the.
The gun wielder's friend intercepts him.
Gun pulled out at. Get back in the.
But it's not enough.
Okay. Guys, seriously? Oh my God.
The aggressor's friend steps in again, but still, the man seems unwilling to let it go.
I don't need this. I don't need it. They're calling the cops. No.
Until finally, they get back into their car and leave the scene.
Did you get that?
Hi, I got the all video.
Oh my God.
Police are given a copy of the video.
They got the gun.
No word on any charges.
Hey, target.
During one dinner rush in Glen Heights, Texas, a vehicle engulfed in flames right in front of the drive-thru window. According to news reports, the responding officer had just finished eating dinner with his wife when the call came through. And as the flames threatened to spread to the building, he immediately springs into action. Using his patrol car, he begins to push the driverless, flaming truck through the lane. And just in the nick of time,
The 22. I have pushed the truck away from the building. I'm not sure if the structure's actually caught in fire, but the truck is in the parking lot.
According to news reports, the driver of the truck claims the fire started in the engine. Fortunately, he was able to get his family out safely before the fire took over. And thanks to the courage and quick thinking of the officer, nobody in the restaurant or drive-thru was injured. It's unclear if anyone waiting in line ended up getting their food. But on the plus side, they did get to witness one spectacular dinner time show.
I have pushed the truck away from the building.
I just went to and he's handing me my and this bag. Well, what's in this bag? Their deposit.
A $5,000 deposit intended for the bank.
What the and I have to return this because I'm a good person. Why would you guys do this to me? You know how bad I want this money? Why put me in this situation?
A short while later, the young man walks into the restaurant with the fast food bag full of money.
You guys laundering money out here?
No.
What the?
This was a just. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I really want to give you a hug. Oh my God.
In the end, the customer finds that being a good Samaritan pays off.
I cut that short, but they were just all hugging me and thanking me and crying. And I get free a month, I guess.
And that's not all.
When I was driving away, they called me back in to give me $200. Do good, people. Return $5,000, get $200 and free a month. Good trade value.
Doing the right thing may be its own reward. But free hugs, food, and a little bit of cash doesn't hurt either.
Oh my God. I really want to give you a hug.
How's it going? What's up, dude? How you doing?
Guys, we're waiting.
All right.
A rideshare driver picks up some customers outside a bar in New York.
And we got a couple more guys coming.
While they wait for their friends, the passenger in the front seat makes some small talk.
How long you been doing this? A couple of years. You like doing it? Yeah, it's pretty good. You in a comedian show? Are all the people that come? Some of them, yeah. Yeah, probably like me, because I'm Yeah, you never know what you're gonna get. Sure, that's for sure. Notice, for security, this vehicle is equipped with audio and video recording devices.
Devices that record the less than ideal behavior.
Yo.
And more small talk that the driver must endure while they wait.
What type of music you like listening to? Pretty much anything. You go to UB? No. No? What do you do?
Until finally...
It's about time! Yo, I can't take 5 people, only 4. Nah, we can take 5. Nope.
Man, we're friends.
Nope. Yeah. Can't take 4, or can only take 4. Nah, we can take 5. Huh?
Wrong answer.
Nope. Out.
What?
I'm not taking the ride then if you guys aren't. I can't take 5.
Really?
It's against the law.
I'll give you $20.
Against the law.
Man.
Huh? The law.
I got a seatbelt right here.
Yeah, for 4 people.
But the driver's explanation
Dude, you're crazy.
fails to satisfy.
I'll give you an extra 10. You won't
Nope.
take the ride.
It's not. It's law. Dude, yo, seriously?
Yeah.
Out.
Leo. Let's go.
Out.
Come on. You get slapped in the face like that.
Dude, you're stupid. You would have got a lot of. You would have got a good tip. Out. Get out.
Come on.
You. Peace out. It's right there.
With that, the passengers move on, and the driver files a report with the rideshare company.
Idiots.
Later, he comments about the incident on social media.
So that
got in my face. You know, you gotta try and keep it cool. I was definitely on edge at that point, but you know, 5 guys versus me, that's an unfair advantage towards them.
A nerve-wracking situation.
Dude, yo, seriously?
That could have easily escalated had the driver not remained calm.
You get slapped in the face like
this. Dude, you're stupid.
So remember, asking a worker to bend the rules, even for a few extra bucks,
I'll give you an extra 10.
Nope.
Right.
not only risks everyone's safety,
got a seatbelt right here.
Yeah, for 4 people.
but also the livelihood of the person providing you a service.
No, it's locked. Dude, yo, seriously? Yo, peace out.
At a zoo in Indonesia, according to news reports, this man hopped the enclosure to make a video for social media. And now finds himself struggling against an orangutan, an animal that is 5 to 7 times stronger than a human being, and who have, on rare occasions, been known to eat meat. Luckily, with the help of another zoo patron, the man and his toes are able to escape relatively uninjured. And while he may not have gotten the video he was looking for, he did get a valuable lesson. Animal enclosures are not only meant to protect the animals, they're also there to protect you. Paul High is working the graveyard shift when he comes face to face with a 500-pound black bear.
I was on my way to go change the outside trash, and I was walking towards our automatic door, and it opened. And then I seen him try to come in, so I stepped towards him, and then he comes into the store, kind of lunges at me.
And though working in this area has given Paul plenty of bear handling experience, this time is different.
I usually have to run him off at least once or twice a night out of the parking lot, never out of the store though. I was just trying to get him out, that way he didn't, trash the whole place.
And this bear's behavior is making that much easier said than done.
As soon as the bear lunged at me, my whole train of thought changed, and I was just like, yeah, you can have whatever you want, man. Just take it and go.
Fortunately, there's one item in particular that looks a little tastier than Paul.
He actually grabs a bag of Snickers and leaves.
But the bag of candy bars isn't the bear's only score. On another night,
that was the other graveyard guy. His name is Dave. Apparently that night, the bear laid down on the floor and ate a whole box of 3 Musketeers.
But even after the sweet feast, Paul's co-worker has a much more difficult time getting the bear out of the store and calls for help. When authorities arrive, the bear finally acquiesces. But not before grabbing one more snack for the road. The spontaneous visit stopped after the California Department of Fish and Wildlife capture the bear and release him somewhere far away, making it one less troublesome, cranky customer for Paul and his co-workers to bear with.
It was not in the job description to get bears out of the store when I was hired. That was not part of the deal.
Two window washers working on a suspended scaffolding hundreds of feet above the ground are being targeted.
He's coming to kill us!
By a territorial falcon.
Recording this? Yes! Yes! Trying to kill me! Stop! Oh my God, this is not good. This is not good at all.
With no defenses
Holy
and no quick exit strategy, they're sitting ducks.
what is happening? Oh my God! What? He's not stopping! Yo! This is not safe. This is not a safe work environment.
Fortunately, the Falcon, having made its point, finally leaves.
He's coming to kill us!
Some speculate that it may have been protecting its young, as it's not uncommon for them to nest in tall buildings.
He's trying to kill me!
But whatever the reason, here's hoping both sides can find a way to peacefully coexist.
Holy
without ruffling too many feathers along the way.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
That's funny as hell. So that's what you chose to do today?
No, it's not. It's what you chose to do today.
Two customers are arguing about who got to the pump first at a gas station in West Palm Beach, Florida.
That is crazy, y'all. Look at this. She's stopping the whole pump because she want to pump gas.
The man filming believes the woman at the pump cut him in line.
She just swooped in on you? Yeah, she put her card in there.
Are you kidding me?
No.
I scooped up on you? Are you kidding me?
Where is my car right there?
Whatever.
Wow.
Hey, brother.
Man.
You're kidding me, right?
That's crazy.
He's not. He's not kidding you at all.
Okay.
Huh? That's crazy.
Like, you see this whole thing right here, bro?
You know what? You're a better person.
I'm just looking at this shit. It's funny, bro. Like,
The man does a good job of laughing off the seemingly rude behavior.
Oh, man, yo.
But he's in for a big surprise.
Keep that rolling, dude. Keep that rolling. This dude's crazy.
Yeah, for real.
When the woman finishes fueling up, she does something that leaves the man speechless.
Gas tank on this side?
Yes, it's on this
I'd like
side.
to pay for your gas. What would you like? How much do you want?
She buys him nearly $60 worth of gas.
Yes, it's on
I'd
this
like to
side.
pay for your gas. What would you like? How much do you want?
Which goes to show, customers may not always see eye to eye.
I scooped up on you? Are you kidding me?
Where is my car right there?
Whatever.
Wow.
But that's not a reason to add fuel to the fire.
Yes, it's on
I'd
this
like to
side.
pay for your gas. What would you like? How much do you want?
In Washington State, a home security camera captures a delivery truck in front of a house. A relatively common scene, which is about to become anything but for homeowner and dog owner, Chantel Ankerfelt.
So I'm at the mall about 45 minutes away with my daughter, and I get a unknown call coming in, and it happens to be my delivery driver who is really concerned that my scared dog is on the front porch and had clearly gotten out of the backyard. Lola is the sweetest. She's 10 years old. She doesn't go far from home at all. So the fact that she was on the front porch was concerning. Like, how did you get out there? Could somebody have came and grabbed her? How long would she have stayed without running off? I wasn't sure.
You gotta help me out here.
The delivery driver was concerned that she was shaking, and so I was watching the video on my phone as well, trying to give him access so he could try to get her into the garage.
But even with the garage now open, getting Lola to follow him inside is no easy task.
I got a little meat stick for you. Come here. Come on. Yeah. We're gonna go inside. Come on.
Because as it turns out, Lola is a little particular.
You know, come on. I know that all day.
He tried to lure her in with a little meat stick, and she did not want the meat stick.
All right, let's go. It's open right here.
He tried to grab a blanket that was in my garage. And put it over her to try to pick her up. But she was growling at him, and he doesn't know her, and she doesn't know him. She just thought stranger danger.
Hey, I'm trying to help you.
So he called me back and he said, she won't budge. I have another idea if you're okay with it. He asked if he could come into my house and open the door from the inside because he thought that'd be the only way that would get her back inside.
And though it takes a good amount of trust on Chantel's part, she gives the okay. And just moments later,
I was a little hesitant at first to have him in my house, but he was wholesome and sweet and trying to save my dog, so anything goes, come on in, and it worked.
and with that, the driver makes sure to lock up house and terrier secure.
I ended up getting a text message shortly after, and he just said, "She is inside, have a great day."
Chantel posts the video on social media, calling the driver her unsung hero, and adding that the broken fence, which is how Lola got out in the first place, is now fixed, hopefully preventing this from ever happening again.
Lola's learned her lesson. Home is where the heart is, and she's going nowhere.
You have a problem for no reason. I didn't touch your box. Just shut up and go. Nah, you bitch.
At a laundromat in Missouri,
You don't own the dryers. Neither do you.
two customers are arguing over two specific dryers after this woman seemed to believe that she was reserving them with a cardboard box.
I was here before. Over there? You were, and I moved my stuff. There's not like there's 50 dryers right there. Just go. Just do your stuff. Karen?
And despite there being more than enough empty dryers to go around,
It's not a problem. It's a dryer.
it continues.
How old are you? How old are you? How old are you? How old are you? What are you, like 60 and you're starting over dryers in a laundromat, a public laundromat? Just please quit your yelling. Are you gonna stop staring? Hey, I would be on that side if you weren't over there. Your clothes are in the washing machine. Look, see her clothes right there? This lady's being a Karen over dryers in a public ass. Cool, lady.
Though the back and forth could and should end there, as they both have to wait for their cycles to finish, they decide to use the time to delve even deeper into the issue at hand.
I was doing my laundry. You were outside, or wherever the you were. Why are you cussing so much? Because you came in here and started some.
And as each side refuses to budge,
Your clothes are in the wash machine. You're not even using a dryer. Which?
the finger pointing continues.
And then you're like, oh, you checked my dryers. No. When there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's like 8 of them down there. Why didn't you? Why didn't you? Why did not you? Because you're the one that's drying first, not me. So what's the washer? So then what's the problem here? No, lady. Don't even. You
After a few more off-topic insults,
right that I can record. Do you work? Yeah, I do. Do you? I'm retired, but I've worked for long. Yeah, they probably thought you were a bitch then.
the customer who's being recorded decides to escalate things.
I'm gonna get my clothes and I'm gonna call the cops. For what? Because I'm doing my laundry?
And sure enough, just a few minutes later,
All a waste of time over some dryers.
two officers arrive, and one of them tries to wrap his head around the problem.
I'm not familiar with any sort of laundromat etiquette. She's saying that she believed that because her box was in front of these dryers, it was supposed to go to her. I don't know anything about that.
Despite no obvious legal violation, the officer does his best to mediate.
I guess I'm confused on what the difference between these two dryers are to the dryers you have here.
Exactly, that was my exact question. It's not you. That's but you. Every one of those were open. Okay, but these were open too. They were, and your clothes were in the washing machine.
But in the end, he keeps coming back to the only pertinent question.
What makes these two dryers so special?
But before anyone can offer up a suitable answer, his partner cuts to the chase.
I'm gonna sell this really, really fast. So they're dryers. There's however many X amount of dryers. To save face, and that way everybody goes about their business. We can go answer more calls for service.
That's fine. Calls that are important.
People just go and use the dryers that they need to use. Stop arguing over dryers. It's a drive. So just leave it alone. Plain simple. Thank you. Have a good day.
And with that, the officers place the issue squarely back in the two women's hands, and no police report is filed.
Oh, that resolved a lot.
Suffice it to say, there is no resolution. But let this serve as a reminder.
I was here before. You were, and I moved my stuff. There's not like there's 50 dryers right there.
That no two dryers in any laundromat, anywhere in the world,
What makes you so special that you get these two dryers?
are worth treating each other
You're not even using a dryer. Which?
like this.
You work? Yeah, I do. Do you? I'm retired. But I've worked for long. Yeah, they probably thought you were a bitch then.
This delivery worker has a package for this home. But the woman who lives here, who's currently at work, doesn't want her fiancé Jason to know about it. So using her doorbell cam,
Rick, I'm at work. It's Hannah.
she hatches a plan.
Oh, Hannah, I got you covered, honey. All right, thank you so much. Hide it if you can, because it's a present for Jason.
And when Jason suddenly opens the front door, the driver
Oh, I'm good. I don't have a delivery. I got the wrong house.
Oh, okay. No, you're good.
You got it, man.
nails it.
I owe you one, Rick. God, I love you.
So what do I got to do now?
Put it in the mailbox.
Successfully delivering the gift without tipping off its recipient.
Yeah, put it inside the gate over there, just under the gate.
Thank you.
You got it, honey. See ya.
You're the best. Bye.
Here's to Rick and all delivery drivers
Oh, I'm good. I don't have a delivery. I got the wrong house.
who go the extra mile
I owe you one, Rick. God, I love you.
for their customers.
You're the best. Bye.
In Brooklyn, New York, a rideshare driver is taking this couple to a nearby hospital where the woman, who appears to be in the first stages of labor, is planning to give birth.
Oh, that's a new Highlander.
And though traffic appears to be moving along at a decent clip, it's apparently not moving along
Oh no.
quite quickly enough.
She's coming. Oh. Oh my God, she's coming out.
Takes on a new urgency.
Mommy, you gotta breathe, mommy.
Oh, she's literally coming out.
Yeah, but you have to breathe.
Her head is in my hand.
Oh, damn, sure. Hey, come on, pull it out, bro. Do the magic. Do the magic. Spread your legs. Huh? Let's spread your legs. Damn. Breathe. Breathe. Spread your legs, mommy. Spread your legs. You gotta pull something, yo. Spread your legs, mommy. Spread your legs. Spread your legs. Spread your legs. Spread your legs. That's it, boy. Just hold your kid. Just hold your kid. Just hold your kid. That's it. Shit is done. Mama, just do it. Just move it out of the seat. The baby's out. Just move the legs out of the seat. We're driving. Everything's done. You got the done. Just don't get the seat messy. God bless the baby. Just clean the face. Clean the face. Take the bag off the face. Boom. With Gucci.
Incredibly, 1 minute after it began, the baby is out and appears to be okay. But it's not over yet.
I don't know how to do this, man. Just open up the bag, boom, boom, clean the face. How? Just take the baby off the bag.
She's not in the bag.
Oh, she's not in the bag anymore. Just clean the baby. You got towels and stuff.
Fortunately, the driver appears to know exactly what he's doing.
That's it. Call the hospital, whatever doctor you have. We pulling up. Damn, you got birth in the car, boy.
Sorry, I just gave Nancy birth in the car.
Because according to him, this is the third time a birth has taken place in his car.
Man, don't move.
In the end, both mom and baby come through the ordeal with flying colors and join the exclusive club of babies born safely in transit, which by some estimates is only a few thousand a year, thanks in no small part to the poise and good humor of their seasoned rideshare driver.
Mommy, you gotta breathe, mommy.
A pro, right to the end.
You better hook me up with a little extra for the car wash, man.
Man, I'm broke. I didn't think this was gonna happen.
Because he's being rude. I didn't ignore you.
Listen, hold on. I'm gonna tell you.
At this fast food drive-thru, a customer records a cashier who he claims refused to take his order.
I'm gonna tell you something.
While she claims he was being rude.
What I'm saying is that I was waiting in the front.
Make sure you tag me. My Facebook name is tag me, baby.
You know she'll be fired soon.
No,
But anyway,
I won't. I've been working
anyway,
for 4
look.
years. I won't.
You took the order behind me and not even mine.
I didn't take the order. That wasn't
All
me.
right,
That's
okay,
why
then I was like, all right, and then you said, no, you need to relax, sir. And then you said, no, that's what you said first. All right? So look, now, I don't look. Yo, you see that, right?
The cashier has clearly had enough of their conversation and recruits her manager to deal with the man's complaint. But she seems to have even less patience for the customer.
I'm not gonna be disrespectful.
But you were.
Listen.
You're not recording.
No, I'm not.
No, take your camera.
Listen, it's totally legal.
It's not legal.
Yes, it is. You're gonna tell me I've been through this already. You're gonna be famous if you close the window. All right, look. Her right here. Yo, you made the news. She made the news.
The manager and the other staff member flip multiple birds at the customer. But the customer stands firm and still attempts to order some food with another employee who seems more amenable.
Yes, I would like to order. No, you all right. But the manager, what's her name? What's the manager's name?
Do not take his order. We're about to call the cops. So move.
Call the cops for what? I'm gonna wait for you.
Go ahead, you wait for me.
Seeing his options dwindling before him, the customer decides to take a more humble tack after the first cashier returns to her post.
Look, I'm not trying to make you upset. I would apologize to you, but you bugged out on me.
No, because.
But I got you on camera. I got you and your manager. I would never disrespect, but you did. Look,
You to relax, because I'm also helping somebody else.
All right.
Did I not help somebody else?
All right, it's cool.
I was sitting here, some lady was asking me for help.
All right, it's cool. All right, you're right.
It's frustrated trying to help somebody and help you.
I'm sorry, I'm out.
To his credit, the man drives away. Still hungry perhaps, but hopefully comforted by the fact
you're gonna be famous if you close the window.
That escalating a fight with drive-thru employees is ultimately for the birds.
You need to leave. We're not serving you.
Hold on, guys. Okay.
We do not serve you.
Excuse me, but you did say that she needs to go back to her country. What is that?
Native Americans.
Excuse me, this is what this whole world.
White people are not from this country. Don't serve her.
Yeah, you do not serve
Don't serve her racist ass.
According to Greg Kahn, the man filming, this racially charged altercation began when this woman asked the cashier for help with a broken fuel pump. But when told to wait her turn, she began raging at the couple who were first in line.
Oh, no. Continue serving.
And soon after, Greg also becomes a target.
You need to leave. You're not a part of this. You need to leave. You're not a part of this. No, you do not come in here and use the F word and swear and call me a bitch.
I've never even said
I said she is, and you're not a part of
that word.
So you get out of here.
While watching this unfold, I was quite taken back, mainly due to the fact that my wife is Hispanic and so are my children. So when she approached me, I was not going to back down.
You're not a part of that
word.
So you get out of here.
I don't stand for racism and for people that think they're superior or better than other people.
But the woman is about to discover that her words and actions carry serious consequences.
Where were you born?
Where were you born, bitch? I was born in America, bitch. Where are your ancestors from? They're not from this country.
You're going back to Mexico.
Bitch, you better go back to where you're from.
You just walked into her. Excuse me?
Bitch, you just touched me.
Oh my God.
As the woman in pink turns to walk away, the woman in stripes pushes her, bringing a swift retaliation and a sudden end to the fight.
You deserved it. You pushed her and she smacked you. That was self-defense on her part.
The girl that was being harassed, I felt she was justified in her actions because she was nothing but attacked and shoved into a corner and felt like she had nothing else to do but react.
You need to leave. You're not a part of this.
After Greg posts the video online, it gets picked up by news outlets, and the woman in stripes' husband, a local attorney, issues a formal apology, stating this behavior was very out of character for his wife. The woman herself has yet to address it, and no charges are filed. Regardless, Greg is just glad the ugly encounter was caught on camera.
If I didn't record, who knows how the situation would have played out and who would have been blamed in the long run. That video single-handedly protected the girl that was being harassed. It proved that she actually had nothing to do with the instigation of the event.
You just slapped my hand. Bitch, you just touched me. Oh my God.
In a recent survey, over half of all rideshare drivers who responded said that rideshare companies need to do more to ensure their safety when dealing with unruly customers. And there's more than enough video evidence to understand why.
Thank you for extending me your seat cover. Considering I had nothing, you offered me no napkin.
No, you didn't ask.
Nothing. You didn't offer me anything to blow my nose.
A rideshare driver is dealing with a problem passenger who seems to be intoxicated, and she just ripped off a headrest cover to use as a tissue.
You didn't offer me anything to blow my nose. Thank you
didn't ask.
For the seat cover.
You haven't spoken to me since you gotten in the car. I said hello, how are you?
Thank you, madam.
From here, things only get more bizarre and more belligerent.
Since you considered me your jealousy from picking me up.
I'm jealous of picking you up.
Yes, you are so jealous from picking me up. Thank you for offering me your seat cover.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate that. What else do you have to offer me, madam?
The driver, who up until this point has managed to keep her cool, begins to lose her patience.
Do you really want to make it this next half a mile, or do you want to walk it, honey?
Do you want to... quarter mile.
I have the right to kick you out of my car.
Excuse me. What do you want to offer me?
I want to offer you 0.4 of a mile. Shut your ass. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
But this rider has no intention of shutting her mouth or stopping her unsavory act with the upholstery. And as the ride approaches its endpoint, the situation takes a sudden, sharp left turn.
Like, I'm sorry, I don't have the same skin tone as you.
Where is your apartment?
No. I don't have the same skin tone as you, so you're kicking me out of your car, bitch.
What is that supposed to say?
What is that supposed to mean? I don't have the same skin tone as you, so you're kicking me out of the same car.
Your ride is over.
Your ride is over.
If you
I don't have the same skin tone as you, bitch.
The driver spots a security guard nearby and asks for help.
Bitch, because I don't have the same.
I'm a driver, and if you could please help the police, that would be awesome.
And that's when the rider crosses a final line.
Drivers, I don't have skin tone as you, bitch. What the? I'm getting out of your car because I don't have the skin tone as you, bitch.
The rider spits at the driver,
I don't
which is legally considered battery in the state of Florida.
I didn't have the same car. Kidding me?
The driver retaliates by physically confronting the passenger in the back seat
What the?
while pleading for the security guard to call for help.
Please call the police. Call the police. Are you kidding me? Call the police right now. Yep.
Hey, you don't want to turn her loose, ma'am.
Yep.
Let me go. Are you kidding me? Get the out of my car.
I'm getting the out of your car.
The passenger exits the vehicle, and the nightmarish ride finally comes to an end.
Yeah, you're a bad bitch, aren't you?
But thanks in part to the video,
Oh, I have her sick. I have her snot. I have her.
police are able to track the passenger down. 28-year-old Stephanie Young is arrested and charged with battery. She is released on a $500 bond.
I don't skin
and is permanently banned from ever using the rideshare company's services again.
Get the out of my car. Get the out of your car, bitch.
Do you want to fight over 30 minutes? We can do that. I'm not gonna keep talking to you. Like, I'm not. I'm gonna look at me if you just nah, I don't give a I don't care.
This Staten Island rideshare driver is attempting to remove a man who jumped into his car and is not his intended passenger.
And once we stop this car and I figure out what we're doing, I'm whoever up once I get out.
Can we have a conversation?
No.
Or no?
No. They tried it. You saw how I come here and I tried. You saw how I tried to get in here and be nice to you and respect you.
The man's behavior is concerning.
I don't care. If you don't got $20, we're fighting.
$20 for what?
$20 for being in this cab. Like, y'all already pissed me off. Y'all already pissed me the off.
So the driver uses his horn as an SOS, trying to get the attention of some nearby officers.
Y'all ready to like lose my right now.
Which is when the would-be passenger snaps.
Bitch, I've been called them. That's the thing. I've been called them.
Let me see what he called.
Ain't no let me
Don't
show
touch me. If you touch
ain't no
me.
let me show you because I never touch you. Like, bitch, it's just what you mean? Like, what you mean, sir? Like, clear the car. Like, I've been you to go.
The driver steps out because now he's gotten the attention of 3 NYPD officers.
Can you come from the back seat?
Yeah. So what's going on here? Bitch, I'm respectful. Like, I said, are you gonna pay for this?
No, he didn't say anything like that.
Shut up, bro. I gave you my ID. I gave you my gas.
No, he's joking.
Please stop playing with me.
Stop.
Even in the presence of the police, the man continues to threaten the driver.
Look, let me tell you something. No, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. Like I said, you come over here, bitch, you will be in jail. Smile all you want. I promise you. There will not be a smile. You won't be smiling about it.
Yes.
There won't be nothing to smile about.
Once the officers assess the situation, the driver is finally able to move on with his evening.
Wait.
And the rider is encouraged to find another way home. Though the driver is not compensated for his wasted time,
Can we have a conversation?
he does get 5 stars for keeping his cool.
Ain't no let me
Don't
show
touch me. If you touch
Ain't no
me.
let me show you because I never touch you. Like, bitch, it's just clear the car. Like, what you mean? Like, what you mean, sir?
At a pizzeria in Pennsylvania, an employee records a customer who is demanding a refund.
You're out of business.
But her issue seems to have less to do with the food, and according to a witness, more to do with the language she is hearing throughout the restaurant.
You want to have Spanish on your TV?
What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that is you're not American, dude. I will look you up and get you out of our town, okay? Yeah, give me my money back.
At the register is Omar Quinones, who has owned the restaurant for a decade and has never experienced anything like this.
We never had a problem with the customers before. Sometimes we put music, it's in different languages, Spanish or Italian music, and I never had a problem with nobody. I was not expecting that, cancel the order just because that TV that was in Spanish.
I'm not giving my money to some illegal immigrant. Well, then you got Spanish on your TV. That's you to Americans, dude. My father was a World War II veteran, okay? His friends and family died. So you can sit here right now and make money. And you're gonna do this kind of give me money.
Omar is willing to honor her refund request, but her offensive rant continues.
You're an ignoramus. Ignoramus. You're young and you're stupid. Give me a credit. I don't want your food. I want a credit to my money right now.
And her vitriol isn't limited to Omar.
And she's videotaping me.
Yeah, because you're racist. You're racist.
No,
Yes,
no,
you are.
You're a victim.
You're racist.
You're a victim.
I'm not a victim.
You're a
No, I'm
victim. No, I'm an American.
No, you're a racist.
After a bit more back and forth with the staff, the customer switches tactics.
I'm gonna film you right now, and I got 4,000 followers.
This is our first Karen. Oh my
my God.
and tries to put the restaurant on blast.
I am being videotaped because I am white, and they want to call me racist. I am simply asking for a refund because their food is terrible.
You said that you want a refund because you played Spanish on a TV.
I want a refund on my credit card, and they are calling me racist because I am white, and none of them are white. Just because I am.
The customer shows no signs of backing down.
I'm waiting. I got my card right here.
All right, leave it right now.
Right here.
Until finally, an officer arrives.
What's going on, man?
According to Omar, the officer brings the customer outside of the restaurant and provides her with the cash refund. But she is later arrested and charged with ethnic intimidation and harassment.
It's frustrating that that's the way that she was acting. That you think that how many more people there like that.
Hey, I've been in there for 55 years. Guess what? You're out of business.
But there is a bright spot to this very ugly encounter. Word about the incident spreads and business booms as a show of support for Omar, his family, and their pizzeria.
I will look you up and get you out of our town.
We have a lot of support from the customers and a lot of phone calls showing the support and everything, saying that not everybody is like her. So that was really nice, and that makes the difference.
Yeah, give me my money back.
Corpus Christi, Texas. A food delivery driver arrives at his destination, and like many other delivery drivers, decides to leave his car running while making his drop-off. And in less than 30 seconds, someone else jumps behind the wheel and takes off. The man is clearly pleased with how easy the whole operation seemed to be.
Hell, bitch. Woo!
But the feeling doesn't last long.
Oh, it's a cop. Holy! Oh,
Despite the man's attempt to keep it cool, the officer turns on his lights.
Holy! I'm so screwed! Oh, so.
And the man has no choice but to pull over and prepare for the worst.
Yes, sir.
How you doing? Texas Highway Patrol. Reason for you to stop you, you changed lanes over there, kind of went unsafe. You got your license provincials on you?
No, sir, I have it available right now, sir. I apologize.
Say again?
I don't have it on.
You fine, keep your hands up.
Yeah, I just do my feet on stock. I apologize, sir. Yeah, no, I don't have my license.
You got your ID on you?
I have everything on me right now. I just go to the store, brother.
With no license and no ID, things are not looking good.
Okay, what I'm gonna have you do is put your name, date of birth, social security number down.
My name is.
I know you're kind of sweating and so.
Yeah, it's hot, brother.
Okay.
I was just outside.
Moments later, much to the driver's surprise,
What the?
he drives away with just a citation.
That's crazy, bro!
A short distance ahead, the man finally notices the car's dash cam. But taking it down makes little difference. Like many delivery vehicles, it has a GPS tracker provided by the owner's employer. And that same day, Jonathan Lindholm is arrested for unauthorized use of a motor vehicle and burglary to a vehicle. And the car is safely returned. A lesson to would-be car thieves. If it seems too good to be true,
Woo!
it probably is.
Yes, sir.
How you doing? Texas Highway Patrol.
What the? That's crazy, bro!
This man in a Chicago grocery store who is slurping soup directly from the shared ladle. Then, placing it back into the pot. But it's not always the customer who gets caught in the act. At a pizza restaurant, a patron records an employee sampling soup from the serving ladle.
This whole place is on something.
The quintuple dipping antics continue, much to the apparent horror of nearby diners.
Now the spoon's in the thing.
Oh my God.
Literally eating out of the container.
According to a witness, when management learns of the server's unsavory and unsanitary nibbles, she's promptly fired and escorted from the building. Here's hoping the self-serve soup from both buffets was disposed of as well.
Now the spoon's in the thing.
Oh my God.
Literally eating out of the container.
It is my discretion whether if I want to put you in a vehicle or not, and I'm choosing not to.
According to this car rental agent, the customer he is refusing service to was rude to him after he went out of his way to drive her to the bank to straighten out her payment method, which ultimately didn't satisfy the needs of the car rental agreement.
You can go to a different location if you like. I know there's one in Rockingham. Southern Pines has one as well, but I'm not renting you here.
So you're not just you're too.
Ma'am, I gave you a ride to the bank, got you back to the bank, got you back here. You then said I had a smart-ass mouth, so I'm not putting you in the car. Not here. Like I said, you can go to a different location, completely fine, but if you want to pick up from Laurinburg, no ma'am, not today.
You are a real, genuine piece of pure joy.
Okay.
Yeah, really helpful.
Of course, no problem.
Yeah.
You're very welcome. You're welcome.
Not making any headway with her name calling, the customer pivots to a seemingly random accusation.
I feel offended.
Why?
I know why you're doing this.
Why?
Because I'm white.
I literally just put a white lady in the vehicle.
I know, and then.
So what's the problem?
Because I'm white, and you offended me.
What?
I feel offended.
How? Why?
Because I feel like you're discriminating against me. I'll see if I can come.
Yeah, call anybody.
So offended.
Okay.
What's your name?
Trey.
Trey.
Yeah.
I will go on TV.
Okay, go on TV.
Offended me.
Go on TV.
My white wife mad.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sure does.
I'm so offended.
Okay, be that.
With that, the customer leaves the location.
So you're not just you're too.
And the agent can get back to work, though he does quit his job soon after the incident. Still, a great reminder that if one remains calm, cool, and collected,
you are a real, genuine piece of pure joy.
Okay.
They will always keep the upper hand.
I know why you're doing this.
Why?
Because I'm white. I'm so offended.
Okay, be that.
About 12% of workers in the American auto repair sector are women. And though perhaps not a huge percentage by today's standards, it's still apparently far too many women for one customer who's simply trying to make an appointment
Central service this autumn.
for an oil change.
Autumn, I didn't ask for a female. I would like to talk to a male. My opinion is females don't belong in the service department. They belong behind the scenes doing the paperwork.
Okay. There's not a male in our service department.
Then you can let me talk to my or somebody.
Okay, hang on 1 second. I'll get you over to Mike.
But despite being transferred to a male associate in another department, moments later,
Service this autumn.
she calls back.
I need to make an appointment for Saturday morning, 8 o'clock. I just hope there are no females on the desk when I get there.
There will be some. There's no males in our service department, ma'am. So unfortunately.
Oh my God. That is totally messed up. All right, I I need my oil changed, but there better be a male mechanic that I can talk to.
Keeping things professional, the employee manning the phone attempts to once again direct the customer to the only person in the immediate area who meets her qualifications.
Okay, I'm gonna get you with my sales manager since there's no males in service, but there's a male in sales, so I guess you can talk to sales
As long as
manager.
there is a male in the shop to change my oil, that will be fine. I do not want a female working on my car, and I'll tell you why. The last time I had it after they had something done, it was a 5-minute job. I sat there a freaking hour.
According to the dealership, the woman's oil change never does come to pass.
Okay, let me get you to Tyler, sales manager.
And whether or not her previous visit really did take longer than it should have is unproven.
It was a 5-minute job. I sat there a freaking hour.
But by her own logic, how would she even know? After all,
Intro service this autumn.
she is a female.
My opinion is females don't belong in the service department. They belong behind the scenes doing the paperwork.
Okay.
Why do you have to have mine?
It's not yours.
Go away!
This moviegoer doesn't believe he should have to give up his seat just because another customer claims to have reserved it, causing the employees to pause the movie and intervene.
Go away!
That's not
I paid my money. I have a right to it.
Sit in your seat, correct?
Yes,
that's
my
not,
seat.
That's not your seat.
How can you tell it's not my seat?
Because your ticket has your seat number on it.
Whatever.
Let's find it.
Whatever.
This can easily
Do
be
your own
resolved
policy.
in
No,
your
I'm gonna be
argument.
because you're big and
I am not.
I'm a patron here.
Okay, and I'm trying to find
And this
your
will be
seat.
the last time that I come to this theater. All right,
great.
I paid
That
my
sounds
money.
great.
Does
Please-
anybody
please
here
don't come
think
back.
that
Please
this
don't come
is
back.
actually a thing where it's like it doesn't matter where you sit? It's not assigned seating.
It is.
Go sit in your own seat.
As the customer continues his rant, a manager steps in.
Right here.
Sir, we're not doing this.
One seat off.
We're not doing
one
this.
seat off. So if I were to move over one seat, everything would be okay.
Sir,
Is that what you're saying?
you're disrupting.
Is that what you're saying?
Listen.
Does that mean?
Are you gonna listen?
All right, go ahead. Go ahead. Be my pest.
Okay. At this point, you are disrupting the show for these fine folks. We're gonna ask you to leave. We'll get you a refund though. I'll be nice and get you a refund.
I don't know. I might want to be taken out in handcuffs now.
Sir, come on.
With handcuffs not currently an option, the man makes a slightly more reasonable request.
I want more than just a refund.
Okay.
Can I get a drink?
We'll take care of you in the lobby.
Fine. And then I won't come back.
Okay.
Ever.
Okay.
And with that unbeatable offer in the bag,
I still think I'm being the bigger person here.
he makes his grand exit.
Goodbye, everyone. Enjoy your movie.
No word on what kind of drink he got,
Can I get a drink?
or if the movie lived up to the action-packed interruption.
We'll take care of you in the lobby.
You lied to me!
Being an airline employee during unprecedented labor shortages in the industry can be stressful,
I could have driven there in the 4 hours that we're waiting here!
especially when dealing with stranded customers.
If there's no flight, just say there's no flight!
And at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport, that unfortunate dynamic is about to explode.
Get out of my bag! Get out of my bag!
When this passenger can't get a seat on an outbound flight, she takes her frustration out on an airline agent. She may not be flying today, but the insults certainly are.
You're in my personal space. Stay out of my personal space.
Then she pushes it.
She's touching me. Put my hand on
Hey, relax, relax.
I don't fight no woman. I don't give a fight.
Relax.
I fight whoever. I fight whoever.
Take a deep breath.
Put your hands on me. I fight whoever. Put your hands. I fight whoever. I fight whoever. Knock your bitch ass out. Knock me out. Knock me out. Knock me out.
It's okay.
Knock me out.
Okay.
You saw what she did. Don't try to
Hey,
personal. You don't have to touch her.
Call security!
The situation is still under investigation.
It'd be great if you cleaned up the plane. I paid $2,000 for meal.
This irate would-be passenger in a Texas airport has just been told he's not allowed to fly because, according to police reports, he's been pounding his fist on the jet bridge door and is allegedly intoxicated.
We can control airport up. I don't give a about a single person here. I gave your airline $2,000 to be sitting on that flight right now.
And he doesn't appear interested in trying to reason with them.
Yeah, you hear that? You die slow, burning hell.
As his foul-mouthed rant continues, airport police arrive at the gate.
Hey, what? What's going on? Something. I paid for a flight. They took $2,000 from my mother and put me on that flight. Now I'm not on that flight. How the would I get the lawn? I don't know. I'm not even wrong here. Hey, if I spent $2,000 for a flight, round trip from Longview to Medford back to Longview, why the am I not on a flight back to Longview?
Despite the man's highly aggressive stance, the officer calmly gets down to the matter at hand.
About 3 margaritas. Yeah, you got a problem with that? Why do you have a problem with that? If you have a liquor bar in this airport, you listen. I'm on a flight.
With no end to the man's rage in sight, a third officer now moves into position behind him.
Why? There's no reason to arrest me. Turn around now. Why? Turn around. All right, come on. Let's go. Hey, ground.
A bystander attempts to assist the officers, but he's immediately ordered to step aside.
Get away! Get away!
And for good reason. The taser quickly brings the man down.
Your hands! Your other hand now! The other hand now! It's under my body!
And he's finally handcuffed, much to the relief of other passengers. He is arrested and charged with assault on a peace officer, resisting arrest, and public intoxication.
Die slow, burning hell!
A valuable lesson.
Why the am I not on a flight back to London?
If ever denied boarding for any reason,
About 3 margaritas.
do your best to remain calm, or your travels might get much, much worse from there. As a flight waits to deboard, one passenger films another, apparently smoking.
Excuse me, can you not smoke cigarettes right now? Oh my gosh. Excuse me. Sitting right now? I have asthma.
It's been put out.
Flight attendants are alerted, and an hour later, when the plane finally taxis to the gate,
Ma'am? Ma'am?
an officer arrives to remove the now sleeping woman at the staff's request. While the other passengers, who can't deplane until she is removed, vent their frustrations.
I'm sorry, sir, but she messed everybody day up.
Come on.
Now she
Let's
had
go.
to sleep.
Do you have a bag with you?
Yeah.
Where is it? Is this it? The colorful bag here?
No.
Okay, is it a gray?
Yes.
The woman
Is this it?
No.
seems to have trouble remembering the location of her carry-on.
She might not even got no bag.
This bag?
Hey, she ain't got no bag. Her bag's under the plane, man. Get her. Take her off.
Frustrated with how long it's taking, One of the passengers attempts to hurry the process along.
I'm being for real. Y'all wasting your time, officer.
I know you won't believe this, but we can actually do this without your assistance. So just hold on, okay?
I'm just seeing she ain't got no bag, boy. I don't want you to waste her time.
Whether or not she had a bag is unclear, but the woman is escorted off the plane before anyone else, and ultimately, according to news reports, not arrested. Here's hoping next time she can wait till she's out of the airport.
It's been put out.
Or better yet, just bring a pack of gum.
Her bag's under the plane, man. Get her. Take her off.
On a flight from New Orleans to Charlotte, a woman has begun filming the passenger sitting behind her because he has, apparently, been intentionally hitting the back of her reclined seat as he tries to eat his lunch.
What's your problem?
So I asked you politely if you was not disturbing trying to eat. Did you see that? You just sort of push it right back in the middle of it again. So I think it's quite ignorant thing to do.
Is it?
But I don't have feels. It's your problem.
I don't have one.
Cool.
The man continues to hit the woman's seat, and the woman, who claims to have reclined her seat to assist with a medical condition, refuses to move it, which eventually causes the man to upgrade from slaps to punches. In a variety of tempos. Finally, after nearly 6 consecutive minutes of this man-made turbulence, she alerts the attendant.
Yeah, the man behind me is continuously, purposefully banging into my seat.
But according to the woman, to her surprise, she is the one slapped with a disturbance notice and threatened with removal from the plane. But regardless of what side you fall on, perhaps the most important thing to remember is this: flying can be rough on everyone. So be as nice to each other as you can. At least until you get back on the ground. According to the person filming, a flight heading to Atlanta has been forced to return to the terminal just before takeoff because this passenger, who's being spoken to by security, was allegedly arguing with a flight attendant after being told he and his companion could not move their seats up closer to the front of the plane.
This is some shame.
Unable to escort the passenger from the plane, the security manager leaves to get back up.
Yeah, they call the cops real quick.
In the meantime, a new argument erupts between the man's companion and another woman who's unhappy about being held up.
Has he done anything wrong? Okay, so mind your business. Like I said, we haven't done nothing wrong.
A flight attendant steps in, trying to calm the two women down.
No, but ma'am, he literally has.
Wait a minute, she got a baby.
Hold on, you gotta be because he threatened anybody.
Yes.
Ma'am, so the fact that you guys are requesting us to get off the plane is ridiculous.
As security officers return to take the man and his companion off the plane,
He literally has not done anything wrong.
the man appears to take the opportunity to deliver an insult to the woman arguing with them.
Hurry, sit down.
By dropping some money on her. And now, more passengers begin to take issue with the aggressive back and forth.
You better give that to the jail people.
Hey, keep it down. I got a little pin right here.
Keep it down.
Mind your business. We've been asking you to mind your business this whole plane ride. She needs to get off the plane if anything. You've been talking to us, antagonizing us the whole time. Mind your business, like I said.
But this altercation now seems to be everyone's business.
Everybody just shut up. Shut up. Everybody just shut the hell up, please.
Ooh, shut the hell up.
You getting frustrated? You're not gonna tell me to shut up, bro. I've been on it the whole time, bro. You start telling everybody to shut up. Everybody gonna get an attitude, bro.
It seems multiple passengers on this flight have a bone to pick for any number of reasons.
It's the retrograde.
It's the air. Turn the air on. We hot.
It's
No,
hot.
it's not even that. No, this is literally American culture concocted into one airplane. If everybody really was about everybody as a collective whole, everybody would work together, but everybody's against everybody. It's American culture, that's the problem.
The couple is finally escorted off the plane. But at this point, some of the remaining passengers won't be satisfied until the woman who is arguing with the couple is also removed.
I got 40, 50 people here that would like her removed from the flight. If you want her removed from the flight, please raise your hand.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. If you can hear me, raise your hand if you want her removed from the flight. I'm not even kidding. I got 40 hands up. Sir, I want her off the plane. I don't care. I'm trying to prove a point. You want to be a dick to people, we're going to be a dick back.
Security returned soon after. And whether it was because of the votes or otherwise, the woman is removed from the plane.
Straight back at you.
Oh, guys. Guys, don't stand and kick back, please. Let her go.
I don't know what I did.
I don't know either. He's back and forth or something. 30,000 feet, you can't be arguing. Just crack this thing.
According to the filmer, the flight is delayed about an hour. Here's hoping they all learn their lesson. If you want to get to where you're going, be nice to everyone.
If you want to be a dick to people, we're going to be a dick back.
And, whenever possible,